everyone, it is Saturday the 27th of June 2020. I'm having a look at the major commodities. I'm starting off with gold. And so last week spoke about gold looking really nice and bullish. It subsequently broke out, and its real goal is 1800. That's where it's trying to get to. And this is beautiful. This is really nice, clear signal. We've pulled back Friday close with a nice bullish candle, and this is in isolation. This is a clear indication it is looking towards 1800. And so it might even go through that, but I don't think so. My issue is predominantly that if we look at the monthly, we had a kind of a pullback into the kind of equilibrium point. We kind of same thing again when we had that volatile period in February and March. We are now overextended away from the moving averages. So what I'd like to see is have a tap 1800 and then pull back down. Ideally, as far as 1550 would be great, and then take another run at 1800 and onwards then through to 1900. But that might not actually happen. It might just pull back halfway, and then we'll see how that goes. On the weekly, it is not overextended at all. It's had a really nice healthy pullback on the 8th and is now on its way up. So this is beautiful. This is perfectly acceptable. In fact, even in isolation, this could go on to 1900, and so could the daily. So all of that looks really positive and bullish for that. Let's have a look at silver. So silver has no clear direction on the daily. It's actually kind of almost a downtrend sideways consolidation. The weekly looks good. Weekly looks nice and bullish. It's not as strong and clearly bullish as gold, but it is nevertheless looking good. I think that is going to try to follow gold and head up towards 1875, and really look at it in a monthly isolation. It's got a strong level of resistance here, so it's going to struggle with that getting up to this level. There's a lot of historical resistance in this area. All right, so generally speaking, there's just not a huge number of silver buyers in that, so that may struggle, but I think it's likely going to get pulled up by that. Now, looking then at crude oils. So crude, we spoke about this. Crude's longer term trend is to the downside. The areas that it's reached here is a very valid area price level for it to turn if it wishes to. And to resume that longer term downtrend. In isolation, the daily was looking really nice and bullish, and we kind of, this was sort of roughly expected that we were going to be looking for caution around this area. Again, we really haven't left that area. Going back to about the 4th or 5th of this month, the start of this month, we're still in the same area, and this is really the problem. That 4,000 level or $40 level for US crude is still an issue. The weekly now looks, it's had a long run up. It's encountering fib levels as well in terms of the previous bigger moves. This is a potential turning point. All right, it really is. Not only that, but there is some bearish divergence showing in on price action here. So what I'm going to be looking for this week is a potential for the daily to go into a downtrend. I'll be looking at the 4 hourly as well, and looking for that to be the case. So in other words, to get lower highs, lower lows, then this level will be tested as support. And then I'll start looking for shorter opportunities to the downside, with the realization at that point that this longer term trend is likely to continue down. Alternatively, should we continue up and break up above this level solidly, break this high, we'll maintain that uptrend, then it's reasonable to expect the price will then attempt to continue up towards $50. But I'm so far leaning 60-40 towards it unfolding in a bearish fashion. There are more sellers at this point wanting to jump in, and we're going to have to play it as it lies, as the expression goes. Looking at West Texas Intermediate, it's going to be the same approach. There's really very little difference between them in terms of them. They're all sitting at the same price levels. This is Brent as well, sitting at the same price levels, producing the same signals, and there's the outcome. So there we go. We can see some actual clearer resistance at 43, call it 43 on Brent. And so if we get a downtrend on this, I'll be looking for potentially shorter term moves down towards 38. And then if we break those lows, then I'll start kind of becoming more aggressive about those moves down towards lower levels. And at the same time, if we come up here and this is our resistance level here at 43, and we're going to break through that, then I'm going to be looking up towards 50. All right, so that's pretty much it. As I said, I'm leaning 60-40 towards the downside, but really have already outlined that if price comes up here, I can finish bullishly. And so the question is, where will we be this time next week? Will we be above this level or below it? I'm prepared for both. There are money-making opportunities in both situations. In fact, I currently am preferring commodities to currencies, at least to the major currencies this coming week. Let's have a look at sugar. Ultimately, this was one I was looking at for a bullish setup here. It found some strong resistance up here and has now gone into a downtrend. Right, so it's now starting to look more bearish than bullish, and so that ultimately didn't become of any. Nothing became of it. That was my entry signal. Trade didn't actually trigger. It didn't go anywhere. This is a nice little bullish setup. If I'd taken this, that would subsequently be a losing trade, which is fine. I'm not an issue. It's not really something that happens very often. Coffee, nothing to mention there. Wheat, obviously now looking nice and bearish actually, so there's some shorting opportunities there. And then finishing on digital commodities, Bitcoin and Ether, they're still struggling with this 10,000 level. All right, so range bound, potentially forming a bearish candle there, so I'll keep an eye on that to see how it finishes for the month. But what I'm relatively confident here is that they are very keen to get over that line. There just might not be enough buyers at this point in time who are really interested in pushing it that far. So it could obviously naturally head away. There are no immediate trading opportunities at all anyway until it gets back over the 10,000 line, and it has, or unless alternatively it starts trending to the downside, but nothing at the moment, and I'll keep watching that because it'll obviously happen during a week, and we'll see. So Ether as well, struggling with its 250 level. So again, that is going to be the equivalent for Bitcoin's 10,000 level. It's going to have to break above that. It's also range bound, could start to break below these levels. If it starts trending, that's a different thing, but this is where it is, and as long as it's between these two levels, there's no real profitable opportunities there for traders. That's it. Thank you. Have a great week.